Sir Carter, Beyoncé's kid, shocked people with his height when they saw him in New York City. But the conversation soon turned to the issue we've all been asking: why don't we see him more often? Finally, insiders are solving this puzzle, and it appears that we may know the solution.
So many roses, but not to be picked with the thorn under your flaws. And I really hope the best for you. You're my love, my sweetie pie, my baby.
Sir Carter's infrequent public appearances had generated a lot of debate, with one popular theory being that he might have a medical ailment. Internet investigators are the best source for images and videos that seem to show Sir Carter's condition. Stop keeping your son hidden from the world, sis. As Azealia Banks said in her criticism of Beyoncé, tying this up with her remarks, eventually, you'll look like a complete mess when people realize that you're ashamed of your own child. Taking into account his actions, they decided to make their own judgments. It was believed that Sir and Rumi exhibited the traits, and Beyoncé's Renaissance, the film in which she appeared, seemed to have the same symptoms. People often see Rumi because of her less noticeable condition, but many people don't see Sir because of his severe and evident disability. Some admirers even went so far as to create a list of characteristics that they believe Sir has displayed in the past, like staring at lights, dragging one's legs, flapping one's hands, and making repeated motions. But I'm certain Beyoncé required an. According to her, Beyoncé says that her pregnancy and delivery were some of the most trying times in her life. During her pregnancy, she claimed to have high blood pressure and weigh just over 218 pounds on the day she gave birth to her twins. Additionally, she stated that she developed hypertension throughout labor, putting the health of her unborn twins at risk, and that one of the children's heartbeats stopped frequently during delivery, requiring a C-section. Although both of the twins had cardiac issues, Beyoncé did not say which one she was talking about. It has long been a legend that the twin in question was Sir, but I cannot tell if he is indeed defective. Even if some people think that the issue might have impacted his growth and welfare, they still question why we don't see him very often. Rumi and her sister Blue, for instance, modeled for her mother's design firm, Ivy Park. While there are many who argue that this was a girl's thing, we might also wonder why Jay-Z does not invite Sir out for boy things. In fact, he is usually spotted with Blue and Rumi, even when they are not close. For example, Rumi and her father were captured on camera backstage at Beyoncé's most recent Christmas halftime performance, which also featured Blue. After Jay-Z accompanied them to the 2024 Super Bowl, Blue Ivy and Rumi were also spotted posing for photos on the field. We have seen the second sibling, Blue, more times than we can recall when she appeared at events and on social media, most recently during her mother's interview. Like B and Blue, Michelle Williams and Jay-Z's grandmother Tina showed up on stage wearing all white.
Really amazing experience, and I feel like everybody that's a part of this is so helpful and supportive. The director, Barry, is a really sweet person, and he tells me ways that I can improve in my lines, and he's very supportive of me and tells me in the nicest way possible, and I feel like so does everybody else. And I feel like this is just a great experience for me, and I'm really happy for girls that look like me all around the world are able to watch this movie and hear and see themselves in it.
Additionally, Blue has done noteworthy actions. Blue, who was 2 days old when she appeared on her father's song Glory, is the youngest person to have a song debut on a Billboard chart in 2020. I should start with that, perhaps. Additionally, she was a part of her mother's song Brown Skin Girl, for which Blue received an NAACP Image Award, a BET Award, and a Grammy for Best Art Video. In addition to her accomplishments as a musician, Blue also assisted in her father's induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Beyoncé narrated a book during her trips, and we witnessed her perform live multiple times. During Beyoncé's January 2023 performance in Dubai, for instance, Blue made a special cameo during the 1-hour set and sang a duet with Brown Skin Girl. Blue Ivy first appeared on the first night of her mother's Renaissance World Tour in May 2023, which started in Stockholm, Sweden, and went on to perform with Beyoncé several times. We hadn't seen Sir, but we had seen a lot of Blue, who was always with her parents and grandparents at Mufasa. The problem did certainly come up again when Beyoncé and Blue collaborated during her December Good Morning America appearance to promote Mufasa, the Lion King. When Blue was talking to her mother at the end of the interview, Rumi made a sweet appearance, causing admirers to wonder where Sir was. The twins' grandma, Tina, also spoke a lot about them, trying to give fans an explanation for why we don't see them frequently. Tina says Blue is definitely a little queen bee with a large following and powers that haven't been found yet.
What other hidden talents does she have that the world?
A lot of them.
Give us a couple more.
She paints, she draws, she does poetry. She's just a artistic soul.
Rumi is definitely an artist, just like her parents and older sister, she continued.
Rumi, who just made history. She's 7 years old. She just made history. I think, Billboard Hot 100? She beat her sister, Blue Ivy, because now she's on it at age 6. What does that mean to you? Tell us a little bit about Rumi and how excited
Well,
she is.
Rumi is amazing. She's an amazing artist, like painter and creator. And so, I mean, how could they be anything else growing up in that environment? That's all we talk about is creativity and fashion and the whole thing.
About her grandson's behavior and the reasons behind his frequent absences from family gatherings, Tina spoke with éNews. She asserts that her grandson, aside from Tina, has lost interest in fashion because he is quiet and preoccupied with the numbers. I love Blue Ivy the most. She's like Beyoncé. Simply put, sir, I want to be left alone. I believe Solange is similar to Rumi. As previously stated by the grandparents, Beyoncé and JayZ had expressed their wish for their children to lead as regular a life as possible. Beyoncé discussed her efforts to uphold boundaries and safeguard her family in an interview with GQ. Regarding Blue, she identified herself as an artist who has been constructing personalities from the age of 3 and who possesses amazing fashion and vocal sense. Beyoncé claimed that Blue is a fantastic actor, painter, and editor. Even though I didn't want her on stage, Blue took it seriously, deserved it, and most importantly, had fun, she stated. According to the mother, her kids accompany her everywhere, including to dance practices and the studio after school. It is clear that money cannot buy Beyoncé's mental health because she says she only attempts to travel when her children are not in school. One day, she claimed, she would be able to travel abroad and teach her family about different cultures, languages, and buildings. In an episode of Kevin Hart's Heart to Heart series, JayZ reaffirmed similar feelings on Peacock, openly discussing how difficult it is for him to put his 3 children before music. He emphasized the value of time, stating, "Every second wasted is a second taken away from the growth of the children we brought into this world, whom we love above all else." Hollywood Life was informed by a source that Beyoncé makes every effort to lead a normal life. She was instrumental in ensuring that Blue would attend the most prominent school possible, enabling her to be just another standard preschooler like all other kids her age. As family members have mentioned, Sir is laid back and doesn't appear to like big crowds. Therefore, he avoids public events. Some have suggested that he might actually have a condition, as I described previously. According to our sources, Beyoncé's song My Rose has some answers. How often have you allowed yourself to fail you? Never, my love, allow yourself to bring you down. Accept your flaws because, as the saying goes, you can't pick a rose without thorns. I only hope you love yourself in that way. You are my sweetheart, my heart, and my darling. When viewed this way, it seems somewhat tragic. What do you think, though? Is there more to this story than Jay-Z and Beyoncé keeping out of the spotlight because Sir Carter doesn't care? Please feel free to leave a comment below. We've also heard that some individuals just want to see Sir Carter more frequently to make sure he's not feeling well, so they can feel worse.